Maryesther came to the Cowboy Studios. She came to interview Pharry K. He don't sing, voice and style. She just smiles the way he smiles. He takes more than marble and tile, living on love. No, he doesn't take much if you get enough, living on love. Cowboy 045 right from Kissy County.
Hello, hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Maryesther, and today I'm joined by an artist, a special artist from Kissy County. Most of us know him as Pharry K, but I don't think we know his real names. So let's get to know who Pharry K is and his plays, and okay, we'll get to continue. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
So who is Pharry K?
Pharry K is a young gentleman who was born in Kissy County, from Taracha village, Nyaribari Chache constituency.
Taracha is found in somewhere in Keroka?
Well, right before Keroka, around Keumbu.
Oh, okay.
Once you're around Keumbu or Gianchere or Virongo, just around there. So
Okay.
around, let's say, 10 kilometers from Keumbu. Yeah, you'll be at Taracha.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So those are your real names?
My real name is Kefa Oyugi Bwonda. Kefa Oyugi Bwonda. Those are my real name. That's my real name. That's good English. My real name. Even if there are 4, 5, 6, you just say that's my real name. Kefa Oyugi Bwonda, aka Pharry K. Pharry K is a pseudonym. It's an artist name, a stage name that I did myself. Yes.
So maybe you can take us through your music career, how you started singing, and how did you get to know you have a talent in that?
Well, I can say, actually, I was born in a musical environment, and in the musical environment that I was born in, I was, we used to sing. My father used to sing, and my dad used to sing, my mother used to sing. We used to sing as a family. And later on, we started doing music as a group with my cousins, as a choir. And later on, I upgraded to now the church choir, you know, the youth church choir. And then later on, a private group of male singers. We were about 12 of them. So we did it for a while. Actually, that's why I started learning how to sing in English, you know, because we were being trained most English songs. But in my family, they used to play a lot of Jim Reeves songs and other songs as well. So I grew up listening more to Jim Reeves, and I came to have a special liking for him. Simply because we had this, you know, sibling rivalry with my brother. My brother used to love this guy called Munishi, and because of the sibling rivalry, we used to fight sometimes. So because he had his favorite person, who is Munishi, I found myself hating Munishi because that is my brother's favorite singer. So, and I got to like Jim Reeves more. And I grew fond of him, not knowing that later in life I could start singing like him. So after school, actually after now going to second school, now this church thing and groups, whatever, you know, most people have gone out. You have no time for, you know, meeting up with for practice and all that. So I joined a school choir at school. And now this is where I met this guy who had established himself as a singer in high school, and he called me to sing. with him, actually to back him up. And you know, backing someone is something I was used to all the time, because I used to sing in these male groups, singers and whatever. So I knew how to, if the way I could back someone up, maybe in let's say alto or maybe tenor. I could do that so often, so it wasn't something so hard for me. So I did that. He trained me that song, we did it. And then you could imagine a school where there are girls and boys, and you have sung well, you can imagine the round of applause you can receive from them, woo, and all that. It was my first time singing where there was such a crowd and people applauding me, so I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I can sing and people feel so happy, feel this good. Well, I think then I was the talk of the day, actually. Now every student was reaching out to me, hey, Sonko. By then I was called Sonko in school. Somehow I used to have some good money than other students. And I actually had that.
How the name Sonko came in?
He just came in because I used to like it's like I never used to have a problem with pocket money and buying mandazi, donuts and all that. And somehow they saw, and the way I used to wear, you know, at school, I used to be very neat. So they used to see that picture of a Sonko guy. So they gave me that name, actually, and it spread across the school. So I was a celebrity in school. And so everyone was telling me, Sonko, you did well. That was a nice singing. And I was taking the whole of the day, I was taking credit over someone's song. It wasn't mine. So the person with whom I did this song felt so bad, this guy. So as the excitement went on, and most students preferred that, you know, we could do the same song at least one more time the following week. This guy had already felt so bad that he didn't want us to do the song together. So we could not be able to do it. We could not be able to do it the following week because alikuwa amesikia vibaya. So he decided to do it alone, and it didn't come out the way it had come out the previous week, the weekend that we did it. And so actually that's when I started singing. I was like, one of the students who was doing music as a subject told me he could play for me keyboard and for us to write songs, because he felt like I could sing, like I had a good voice. And now we started writing songs. Tukaandika nyimbo hapo, tuna compete. He writes this, I write this, he plays for me. That's how I started singing now. And now the encouragement, both at school and outside, even the community who listened to what I was singing, they were like, wow, that is really good. They encouraged me. Now the encouragement, it kept me going and going. Like, I started believing in myself that I could really sing, because if people are appreciating what I'm doing, complimenting me, then it means it is something I could do. Well, I continued that way, and then I got support. Well, my dad was not in support of this career, because my dad was a music teacher. You know, he had taught, he had trained choirs, he had trained groups. They had recorded the cassettes. They tried selling them. He could not see anything good come out of it. So you see, from his experience, it wasn't something his son could do and earn a living, because with his experience, and you know, he's a parent, he's older than me, he has more experience on that. So to him, it was not really something that someone could venture into, because it didn't work for them. Something that later on in life I came to disagree, that if you've tried something and it didn't work, it doesn't mean it will not work for someone else.
Yeah, sure.
So so I didn't get that support as well, such from him. So I decided to sneak and go to my grandfather. I went to him and told him, you know, I started singing, and he listened to what I've done. One of my cousins in the United States sent me some money 3,000 shillings. I went to studio. I did one song that I had as a proof to play to someone, at least to show, you see, this is what I've done. I would like to do this more that I've written. Could you please help me? And then again, I thought if he could help me, he sent me to my dad again. He told me, does your dad know about this? I was like, now, why you go come with him? You are sending to someone who is against what I'm trying to tell you. I think then he's going to be a bad advocate about this issue. So I don't think this is gonna work out. So I went and kept quiet. But luckily he had this in mind that well, maybe this boy has a talent. So he went on to reach out to my dad, told him, come with him. So I went to town. The grandfather I'm talking about is the owner of Christomarian Hospital, Dr. Charles Gekone. That's my grandfather. So we went there and sat down with Christomarian. Christomarian is my white grandmother, step grandmother. So we sat, all of us there, and then he told me, sing. Now sing for us. My dad is called Zakaria. Zakaria, can you sit here? And yeah, and there's a way he calls his Christomarian. There's a name he uses. Mutline. I don't know what he was speaking. He told her to come. So they sat all of them, and I started singing for them. And then I sang. And then it was all the time he was looking at Christomarian to see the reaction. So that because I don't think he could do an independent decision. That's my grandfather now. So he kept on looking at the reaction from these others to see whether I'm really singing well. Well, he saw they were excited. She was excited, and he said, "Wow, this is good." Now he turned to my dad, asked him, "Now, can you sing like him?" And then my dad said, "No." He said no. So when he said no, he said, well, this is a talent that we cannot just let go. It is something that that really needs to be nurtured. It needs to be nurtured, and yeah, we gotta help him. Yes. Now, what do you need? He asked me all I needed, and I believe it's what maybe anyone who wants to start the career of music would want, maybe, because first of all you need money if you have written songs to go to studio record, and that's one of the things I told him. I needed money, studio fee. I need, after studio recording, I would want to produce CDs to sell to people. So well, I needed also some money for CD production. I also needed a duplicator that duplicates CDs into a lot of copies, and I also needed a printer because I'm someone who likes perfection, and actually whatever that I give out stands out, looks good. So the CDs that I used to sell were printed on top, looked original. I even went to Kenya Copyright Board to get those copyright stickers to attach on them, So somehow I like good things, kabisa. Well, I told him that is all I needed. So it came to around 110,000 shillings. Then he said, okay, are you sure those things you can find them here in town? I said, well, we can go, just look around. And he said, well, go with your dad, shop around. If you find them, come and tell me. So when I looked for them, we found them. They were about 110 shillings, as I've said. And actually, he gave us the money. But before he gave me the money, he warned me. He told me, I don't have money. He put it better in Ekegusi, and this is what he said. Yeah, omanya timbua chibesa. Timbua chibesa, eh? And then he could take them out a little and takes it, puts it back. Like, umanya timbua chibesa, igona kabesiro monto, no igwet, igona kabesiro monto moina, timbua chibesa. I think was insisting just to show me that money does not just come like that. Yeah, so in whichever thing I was going to do, with whichever thing I was going to use this money for. He wanted to ensure that I put in a lot of seriousness, I put in a lot of effort and determination, and not just to waste that money. It's a hard-earned money. That was his message. So he gave us, and then boom, that is it. I did my first record, and that is how I started singing. He even gave me a platform later in his hotel, Cascas Beach Hotel in Mombasa. He told me, I want you to get exposed. Always in your mind, kuja hapa, you sing for white people in my hotel. At least you'll be exposed. You'll interact actually with some 1-2 from different continents. Then you get exposed. Akili yako, and then you learn maybe a few things. Actually, that's where I came to learn about YouTube. I never knew about anything to do with YouTube. I got this guy from Sweden called Peter Svensson. Actually, it was actually after this story, when I was in Mombasa now in that hotel, I was really discouraged about my music. And then I felt like stopping singing. I felt like I should really do away with music. Because, you know, I wanted to be an international singer. That is I was setting my goals, my standards high. My dreams were very high. I wanted to be international, go to America, go to Europe, go to wherever that is, and sing to white people. And now I've got white people in Kenya with whom I was interacting with around the vicinity, and they called me. I thought maybe they could actually give me a tip. I thought maybe I've got something today. Maybe they're going to give me an iPhone. So I hurriedly finished with the guys I was selling the CDs to, and then rushed to them thinking there was something good. It was a total negative energy. They told me, we wanted to tell you that your singing is terrible. Singing is terrible. I took it lightly. And then I was like, I just laughed off. I was like, well, I know, yeah, my singing is terrible. Oh, yeah. No. At first, I didn't know that they were really serious, because I didn't expect anyone to tell me that I'm singing terribly. Now, I took it so lightly. I thought it was a joke. I laughed it off, and they were like, no, we are not joking. There were 3 ladies, triplets actually, triplets from Germany. Ladies, very huge. That your singing is terrible. Have you ever seen someone telling you to stop doing something to an extent, and when he speaks or she speaks, she looks aside, like your singing is terrible?
I can imagine.
Like, okay, I was like, well, I took it out positive. I said, you know, there's what we call positive criticism and negative criticism. You know, I like positive criticism. I like people who tell me where I'm failing so that I can rectify. Now, could you please tell me if you happen to be teachers in any musical institution or something, or you understand anything about music? So where do you find my music terrible? So that I go back to studio and make it right. Could you please tell me where it sounds terrible? That we don't know anything about music, but your singing is terrible. You should stop singing in this hotel. Hey, we are going to write in the guest's book that you should stop singing here, and this is terrible. Hey, I realized they were really serious about it. It lowered my self-esteem. I felt down. I felt so bad. Hey, I really felt so down. Like my self-esteem really went down. And you see, these are white people. They have killed my dream. I'm not gonna be an international singer. Now, if they have said that I should not be an international singer, then it means I should not be. I'm not one. I'm not going to be. Then this is the end. These are the people I wanted to approve that I'm an international singer indeed. And this is what they are doing to me. So I walked so discouraged along the swimming pool. I remember clearly. And then I met with this sweet couple from Sweden. They were like, good morning, Kefa, how are you? Pharry K, how are you? How is your morning? Then I was like, I'm good. I'm trying to fake a smile. I'm good. How are you? But they could clearly see through me that there was something going on. But you don't seem right. Is everything okay? I was like, yes, I'm good. How did you sleep? I was trying to force a plastic smile and, you know, a cheered up face, but nothing seemed to convince them. They insisted that this is not the Pharry K we know. What's the problem? Tell us. I liked the lady in this case. Yeah, she was so concerned. She talked to me nicely. She was like, I told them that, look at those three ladies down there. This is what they have told me, that my singing is terrible. I should stop singing. Now I feel like, and then they told me, no, you are singing so nice. Come on, that is so mean. How could they tell you like that? You sing so well. But you see, sometimes when someone discourages you, you realize that it's like you are getting into a dark room, a dark environment that you can't reason any further because your self-esteem has gone low, and then your mind somehow comes to a halt, a standstill. You cannot think, you cannot reason so well at that moment. So that's why we always, most of the time, we need someone, a shoulder to lean on when someone is down. At least these people now opens up your mind. They tell you, no, there's something, it's more than what you think. So they told me now, look, those are how many? There are 3. How many people clap for you every night when you sing here in the hotel? How many guests? Many, isn't it? And then I was like, now compare with the 3 verses. Those are just 3. But those who have approved your music are many, including us. In fact, I'm going to write in the guest book that I'm the reason, you are the reason we should come back to Cascades Beach Hotel. You sing nice. We're also going to write that. Yes. And then now, she cheered me up. My mind was opened up. I was like, well, yes. Si wale ni watatu patatu and maybe they have bad intentions, yes. And now, when you wananipigia makofi ni wengi. So I think they are wrong. I made up my mind, and then so that is one of the saddest moments actually in my music career that I've ever come across. And so he took me to Mombasa to his hotel, and that actually, those are the same guys, the one that cheered me up. Those are the ones who introduced me to YouTube, and they took me some of the pictures in the hotel. He told me, give me your music, the whole album. I'm going to create a YouTube, I'm going to put them in my YouTube channel. I'm going to use these photos that I've taken you to create a slideshow or something, and then put your music, and then I'll put it there. He showed me YouTube for the first time. That was in 2011. He showed me YouTube, and actually if you search the music, called it Peter Svensson from Sweden. Thank you, Peter Svensson, wherever you are, and your wife. And they put that music on the YouTube channel. If you search them, you search, for example, The Sacrifice, a song called The Sacrifice, or Make My Pathway Bright, or I'm Not Young to Sin. So those songs, you'll see, even the way I was looking, I was really young, and you could tell this guy came right from the village. And there has been a great transformation since then up to now, and I thank God for that. So those are one of the things that as a family, when I was starting my music, actually I can say they held my hand and it brought me to exposure of what is supposed to be done in music. Interacting with people, you get to learn a lot of things. So that's how we started. Nikaendelea kidogo tena nikaacha music kidogo, nikaenda kufundisha Qatar huko. That's an Arabic country, you can't sing Christian music there, so it came to a standstill a little bit for some years. Then I came to pick up when I came back in 2015, 2015, hapo tena nikaanza kuimba. Now this is where, when I was singing, I met with my good producer, Taya Media, Mr. Harrison. After I'd gone through a very bad heartbreak, and that acted as a story of Jonah, and turned my way to where I was supposed to be, and that is singing, because I had involved myself in this, contractor thing. So I was a contractor. I was looking for tenders and here, where, there, and then my partner with whom I was working with decided to con me, and at the same time heartbreak me. So nikaachana na hizo vitu. So Harrison got me in my very low moment, for the second time, being low, self-esteem down, thinking a lot. Something, if I allowed it to eat me up, could end me into depression. So something that I spoke with him, I told him, now this is what has happened. I've lost all my money, and now the only money I have is just 50,000 shillings. Now, how am I going to tell people all the money that my salary that I came with from Qatar, out of teaching, I invested here, now it's gone. What am I going to do? He told me, Pharry K, I told you, you have a very good voice. I don't know why you even involve yourself in these things. You should have utilized your time fully. He told me, now do this. I'm going to give you a mattress. You'll sleep in my studio. I've given you the studio for free because I'm closing down the audio recording studio. Now you'll be singing there. You use the studio. Record all the hymns you want. Maliza hiyo hymn book. Sing. And I want you to start now singing country music. He's the one who gave me the idea. Okay, initially I was doing country music, but I was mixing them up with other like reggae, country, reggae, techno, house, Christian though, but with that taste. When he listened to country music, he was like, no, I think your voice suits best with this general music, country music. And actually, ukiimba Kikisi, you stand out because there is no one who sings. We don't have anyone. You just be alone. And we have discovered that you can do it very well. And actually, I gave it a try. That's the time I did Tota Gote, the first country English, Kisi English fused song, hymn from Taya Media. I did it, and when it rocked the airwaves, Egesa, Wapi, people calling, and then I was like, well, this is what I've been denying our people. Well, I think Harrison was right. But after that, we had a series of, debates as to whether it should be just a Kisi alone or English. But I told him, my stand is still that I should be an international singer. So if I do only Kisi, I don't think there are white people out there who will listen, who will get to understand. So there will be so much of translation or to be done. So now I'm going to fuse the two. Naimba Kikisi kama ni vazi ya kwanza, the second ni Kizungu. Kama ni Kikisi verse ya kwanza, the chorus is in English. So I'm actually the one who started iyo mutindo ya kumix Kikisi, Kizungu in a song here in Kisi. There has never been anyone, if there was anyone, kutoka 2015 kwenda nyuma aseme. There's no one. It is me who introduced that. And actually introducing country music in Kisi. So thank you, Harrison, so much, because you helped me in deciding. It was hard for me to decide actually to do just the country music, na Kikisi, but when I did it and the reception was good, that's how it picked. And I got famous. Egesa, that's when Sorovi got to know me. Actually, he listened to the song. Someone called Rosemary Obara, she's in America right now. She actually requested that song at Egesa. She called Sorobi. Kamwambia, niwekee song ya Pharry K. And then Sorobi was like, Pharry K ni mwanamke ama ni mwanaume? Who is that? Kamwambia, pana is a young man. We msachi hapo. When Sorobi listened to that song, up to now, that is his favorite song.
Can you sing a bit of that Tota Gote song?
So, that song was really, really a good song, and that Sorovi really liked. And since then, at Egesa, it was being asked for, you know, requested for all the time, you know, all the time. So, 나이구렌세 에고토카레 농모초무야 아생코로 예소요 아가치레 아리아티토과 nenseto takotarine. Actually, this is live singing. Yes. Totagote, totagote, ensease, totagote, 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 ensease, totagote. Oh, yes.
Wow. Okay. Still on the Pharry K part. I know my fans could be asking, are you a dual citizen? And then are you married or dating? So those are two questions at a time.
Oh, yeah. So, Pharry K Cowboy 045, Kissy County is not married at the moment. I'm not married. Not yet. Yeah.
Before you continue, huko nje watu wanasema you married to a white lady.
Okay.
Can you clear that air for them?
Oh yeah, I'm not married. I'm not married. Those who are saying I'm married to a white lady, yeah, I'm not married because you should have seen wedding photos and here, where, there. But I'm actually dating. It's called dating. It's not married. It's not married. So there is dating, you know, getting to know someone, you know, interacting with someone, muone kama vitu zitakuwa mazitakuwa, and then after that, you now lipa ng'ombe, and then you do a wedding. You've never seen a wedding because I would love to do a wedding as well. You would see then those pictures all over. So I'm not married, and I'm not a dual citizen. I'm a Kenyan citizen, but I would wish maybe one time in life, if things get so hard here, I would totally move to the United States or Canada just to live there then, because Kenya is really good. I can see so far it's really good, but if things get hard, phew, I've gone. I'll then look for that dual citizenship.
Okay.
Yes.
Who is your role model?
My role model here in Kenya, or just
both in Kenya and then the outside world?
Well, my role model is my father. My father is my role model, and let me say, God gives talent, but if my father was here to sing, you could say I'm him, and him is me.
So your dad can sing, eh?
Oh yes, he's a music teacher, and he bass niko nayo ni yake. Ni yake kabisa. So yes, he's my role model, and my music idol. My music idol is Jim Reeves. My music idol is Jim Reeves. Is Jim Reeves.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then maybe you can share with us your farthest moment, like in your career music. There's something you've ever done, and then the outcome is so good. The best moment.
Well, this is the best moment. The first one, I talked about Tota Agote rocking the airwaves, but now there was a second one that took me to a milestone, and this is when I did Mary's Boy Child. I realized no one has ever done that song in Kisii. The normal Mary's Boy Child, Jesus Christ. So I did that song, and when I did it, I went to the stadium to sing. So when I sang there, there are choirs that were invited from Kisumu, guest choirs that the county thought
Could sing
now
better.
those are the guests.
Uh-huh.
But when I took the podium, I changed everything. I sang that song. It was the talk of the day because number one, I was very, very unique. And it was Jamhuri. We were approaching the festive season. So I prepared people for Christmas and it came out so nice. I stood out of the crowd from all these other songs that they were doing. I now changed the mood. And then they were like, what? And now from then, there was a series of interviews. Number one, I was put at Nation, My Story, Nation, thank you. They did me an interview. Wakaniweka kwa gazette. K24, they came all the way from Nairobi to interview me. I was called even to K24 again. That was my very good moment actually with that song. So I produced that song and the outcome, that was really good for me. The second one, it is when I arrived in the United States. First 3 days in America, California, in a county called, I think it was Orange County, in California, the state of California. I went to Loma Linda University, SDA Church, and then I did this song. I sang a song called "If I Can Help Somebody, Then My Living Shall Not Be in Vain." And then after the sermon, tumemaliza kanisa, these wazungus and whoever, they are saying hello to me. That was really nice. How is Kenya? What are you doing here? And then I was taking pictures, photos with the pastor. And then there came one guy. This one guy came to me and asked me, "Excuse me, pastor, could I have just a word with Pharry K? Just a minute. Is it okay?" Yeah, that's fine. So he came to me and told me, "Pharry K, I have one question for you. Now, do you have a car?" I was like, "A car?" I told him, no, I don't have a car. You sang so well and you really touched my heart. And I have 3 brand new cars that I always give to people I feel have touched my heart, and I think you're the best. That was really nice. Would you mind if someone gave you one? I was like, no, I wouldn't mind. But just inside me, I was thinking, I was like, how could someone give you a car? How? Where or not? Would someone just give you a car like he's giving is you are borrowing a pen from someone? Like it's just a bread. I was like, maybe he's trying to joke with me. And then he said, well, yeah, I would like to give you one. Now, give me your address. I was living in a place called Rancho Cucamonga in California. And then I gave him the address. He wrote down. He told me, tomorrow you get your car. Thank you and God bless you. And tomorrow I want you to come. Tomorrow I want you to come to my home so that you can sing to these old ladies who usually come and fellowship at my house, okay? Yeah. She will bring you, my host. My host could take me there because she knew. And that was it. I was like, what? Before he could leave, I think the wife reminded him that no, that guy is here just on a visit. Where will he take the car? and then he came back. Excuse me, would you need the car? Oh, I write you a check equivalent to the value of the car. I was like, well, just write the check. It's okay. I'll buy the car.
I'll buy the car back at
somewhere.
home.
Yes, at home. Yeah, just that. That's okay. Oh, okay, that's fine. Immediately, he just pulled his, checkbook and wrote there, and then up at the top he wrote for Kefa, so that maybe if my host could get tempted to use the money, she could not be able to do it. $25,000. That is 2.5 million.
What? Somebody gifting you 2.5 million.
I felt so happy. So that is my second My second.
Okay, did you buy the car? Ama
I
ulikuja
bought
tu
it.
kuna
I have
tuma
a car
hii
here.
pesa?
That's why it has the American flags all the time.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Because it is America that has given me more money in my music.
Okay.
And I love it. And America allows you to fly their flags as long as you don't disrespect them. They are okay with them. But here, this struggling third world African Kenyan country, if you put their Kenyan country, they'll ask you, are you a CS or a DO or a... So unfortunate. And actually just a handheld celebration of flag that I usually put. It's not actually the official with an emblem, the one that is official for the president, chief justice, the CS and all that. It's not what I put. I only put the celebration or handheld flags. So that's the second time.
That was the second time.
The third time is when I left the United States. No, actually the
let me
third
ask
time.
you. You started by your first time. You feel like was on top. Is that your song being played in Negesa and all this? Then your second time, you've been gifted a 2-point-something million car. Which one comes? Which one do you think has some weight than the other?
Well, these things are happening on different situations. Because right now, if you give, we have different levels of needs. If right now you give a kid 10 shillings, at that level, you'll be very happy. It is equivalent giving President Uhuru 10 billion. You will be happy, but compared to the level and the status you are at that point in time, it makes you happy. So there is none that is higher than the other. Because when I was in America, I started getting some money.
If you were given this 2-point-something million when you were being given when you were
the airplay,
when you were given your airplay, so maybe you could not even use nicely this money because maybe you were a bit younger then, and then you were not so much exposed.
Well, no, I could still use it well. I could still. I was exposed by then. I was exposed and obvious. I always interact with people reason. Number one. That's why most of the time you find me alone or with some mature people. Some people who don't spend most of their time in gossiping, and people are focused. People talk about real life development. People who can tell me, now you are supposed to buy this, you can buy this, you can use this money in doing this, they can suggest. They cannot really decide on my money, but they say something that is frugal in the way of I can spend the money, and again productive if I used it. So by then I don't think that still I could misuse them. I just want to assume that I would have used them, used it right.
Now the third time.
The third time is when I went to Hollywood. Hollywood is something that has always eaten my mind. I was taken by the same guy. He paid for my Hollywood tour. He paid for my tour at the Universal Studios in California. I went to Hollywood, I went to the Universal Studios, I was taken round. In fact, I was live on Facebook all the time. As we were going around, they were showing us how different movies were shot. Kama ni gari walitumia, which vehicles they used, this is what happened, how the vehicles roll, how they create rain, thunderstorm, the green screens and all whatever. That is how they shoot a movie with the wells. They have artificial wells. Unaiona ni kama ni samaki kabisa inauma mtu, how they put some color in the water, you think imeuma mtu maji, and then they take that now when I fuse with now the real ocean, unaona ili happen in the ocean. So it was so nice. Took me to, I enjoyed the dinosaur movie. Wanaitaje the yeah. Yes, those movies actually I saw all of them. Fast and Furious, they showed us how it was shot. Yani unajiona uko kwa hiyo movie kabisa. Unaona? So that was my third time of my best moment that I have got. Another moment is when I got the American visa. I cannot remember. I cannot forget that. I felt like I'm not even working.
So, did you get your American visa based on the music career?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes. I tried 3 times. They denied me a visa. You know, I won 3 American awards while in Kenya with my music. The next time I went to the embassy to actually seek for the visa, actually to go celebrate my win, wananikataza.
what do you think might be ilikuwa sababu ya kukukataza?
Well, at the embassy, they have given of visas they give per day. And those people actually interview, they are human beings. They just study you, your psychology. They actually make decisions based on how they have thought and also the papers that you give them. Now, they can decide actually to fail you even if you are right. Because I came up with that conclusion after now they gave me the 3rd time. Because there was nothing superior, there was nothing unique I did. In fact, they didn't even ask me a lot of questions. But I guess it's because of maybe the advances I'd made in music, and you know that time I'd gone to the studio, that's K24, and that's the time Raila was swearing himself, and Uhuru said he's gonna switch off all the TV stations, and the only TVs that were airing were just K24 and the KBC. So, and given these 2 channels, most people watch K24 than KBC. Now K24, in the middle of the news, that's when they brought me now to interview me hapa katikati. And
So,
most
like,
Kenyans
most people
were watching.
you.
And I guess people from the embassy were also watching to see the state of the nation.
And that is how they,
And
they,
I actually
they
alluded,
thought you qualify.
I even alluded the fact that I've tried seeking this visa to celebrate my win all in vain. And I'm singing well, I believe. And so when I went there, actually, huwezi ingia na CDs. The CDs, you cannot enter with them because they feel like you can use them to harm someone, to hurt someone. So they used to confiscate them, wanaziweka, and then later wanakupatia. And now all the time I used to fail to prove I'm an artist, because how can you prove you're a singer? Because literally anyone on earth is a singer. Because you cannot start singing, because they are not judges to know you are a singer. You have to prove, for example, you have CDs that you have produced, you have, at least you are on a magazine, you have interviewed before, you have a magazine right there with your photos and what you see. This is how I do. You have a YouTube channel, of course, and maybe you have shared your music in some digital outlets like Spotify, iTunes, and all that. You can search me, and maybe your name is on the search engines za Google. If they try to type hivi wataona. And of course, the reason as to why you are trying to travel to the United States, is it worth it? And you able to go? Who's gonna sponsor your trip to the US? And then ni nini nakupeleka huko? How long are you gonna stay? And there are of course some financial status in hizo ties, kama bank statement and also marriage there. Are you married? I'm sorry, I lied. I said, well, oh yeah, I have just one. I have a young cowboy just like me, just one son.
What if he gets to listen to this interview?
You know, when you are cheating, sometimes when you are not saying what is really, you fuse it with a little bit of truth. So inapotelea hapo ndani. And it depends how you bring it out. Because most of what you presented is true. And of course I have no son. So that's how it happened. So that I think some of those were the reasons as to why they can decide to just fail you like that. So actually when I got the visa, that was my happiest moment. Even that day, waliniacha nikaingia na CD zangu, I could be able to show, na nikaonyesha na nikaonyesha CD moja yenye nimepigwa na mzungu. Ile nikaonyesha wakaona yenyewe huyu mtu ni international. Ile tulikuwa tumeimba na Twyla Herb from Canada. So I was able to show I had 3 very nice. You see how they are made. They are original. See vitu fake hivi. Just what I told you, that I like doing things to my perfection. So whenever you showcase them to, you know, they're really nice. Now, that was I think the 3rd, yeah?
Yeah, the 3rd.
And the 4th is when I was called to sing for President Moi. Wow.
Oh, you also sang for Moi, I didn't know.
Yes, I used to sing for President Moi. You used to sit like you are seated here and I'm here with my microphone and my machine, singing for him during his last moments za akiwa mgonjwa. Well, and it came from my song Totagote, the only one song. It is a very interesting story because this time I didn't know, just like, that's why I even tell people that do your work to perfection. Don't just do something because you saw someone doing it. Is it really coming from the heart? Do you have really a talent in it? Is it something you are doing with passion, out of passion? Ama ni kitu nafanya kama option. Now, whenever you do something out of passion and it's a real talent, you don't need to push. You have no powers. You have no magic to do anything. Just do your work, do it to your best, and it will just, you know, the rest God can work for you. Now, that song Totagote, it went on circulating just like, you know, it started from Maryesther. It kept on circulating, and now there was this old pastor who loved it very much. I didn't know about him. Unfortunately, he got sick. He was at the hospital bed, and the family, all the time they went to see him, he had to request for that song. Then they kept on playing for him. Ikisha, repeat. Ikisha, repeat for me that song. And unfortunately, now they didn't know who sang the song, but they kept on repeating the song. There's a small clip I did on YouTube about Totagote. Kadogo, I think that the same clip kept on circulating. So I don't know how they missed out on my name. Well, even if they knew my name, they didn't know who I was who I was. So, unfortunately, this mzee died, the pastor. And then during his funeral, they didn't remember to look for this gentleman, Pharry K, because they didn't have my number. They kept on playing that song again during his funeral. Now, later, when they had settled down, you know, as a family, now they are having a cool talk and blah, blah, you know. They were like, by the way, now who is this guy that our dad used to love his song very much? Where these young, sawa natafuta watoto wachanga hivi, you know, awaze. Ebu tafuta huyo jamaa, can you find who that guy is? I think, watoto wadogo kama sisi venye tuko wachangamufu, tatata internet, they got my number. And now this guy is also a reverend, he's a pastor. He's a chaplain at PHARRYK University. He called me, Tata Mbiole Mbiyamano. Thank you so much for the song you did. Actually, it's been of great impact. It has a great meaning to our family. This is what it did to my dad. Kindly, we have nothing to give you, but we want to thank you. Thank you so much. And kindly, I'm the chaplain at PHARRYK. So please, if I ever get to, you know, call you one day to come and, you know, bless the students, please come. Just come. Okay? Yeah, I will. No problem, I will. So one time he called me to PHARRYK University. I went there. It was something like a prize giving, I remember. And, you know, PHARRYK is a school that most rich people, their kids go to. And yeah, the people who matter, most of their kids are there. Even not their kids, their grandchildren are there. Who and who. So even Moi's family was present that day. And then I was singing randomly. And out of the hymns I was doing, 3 of them were Moi's favorite hymns. And you can imagine doing them in a country way. They loved. They loved it. And then they were like, wow. So later, when they were paying me to go, and the vice chancellor of PHARRYK, Henry Kiplagat, told me, "Oh, you, By the way, there is no gift we can offer mzee during this time, if not this kind of singing. I think one of these fine days we are going to let you come go sing for him. I was like, Yaba, they are only trying to please me. It was I go. So I was like, well, it's okay, it's fine. Because I had this incident when Deputy President William Ruto was trying to go see Moi and it was blocked from seeing him. I was like, if the Deputy President was blocked, what are they telling me? They are dreaming. How can they get me to Moi? But fortunately, it happened. It started with his son, Jonathan Moi, who died, and I was called that time. I was told, now you come. This is the time Moi is very low. He needs this kind of singing. And you know, I was efficient. I was alone. I have my machine that I bought from the US. So I could, I was not a choir. I was not cumbersome, you know. So I could fit in a room and do it gently. Si ati ni group unaleta watu, sijui ni bandi waenda kuchezea. I was just in there. I was taken to the family of Jonathan first. Then I sang for them. Then I was rushed to Moi. I greeted him. I put my machine there. I started singing for them. And ever since he felt at ease, you know. And I'm very cheeky. I know how to do that. I can really sing. And then I did everything I did. I sang so nicely. And then, wow, it was really good. They felt happy. The family felt happy. Jonathan and Gideon Moi told me, I want you next week. I still need you. So I was the only person who was invited to sing at Jonathan funeral. If you check on YouTube, Pharry K sings at Jonathan Moi's. You can see I was given a very good chance. And I think some of our politicians wonder how I get such opportunities when they are that very high-profile places, and then they realize Pharry K is being called, and they are saying, I also want to take this opportunity to convey my condolences to the family of Moi and encourage them that there is a land where we will never grow old. Naongea huko kabisa. I think even Governor Ngwa anashanganga huyu mtu anapita wapi when wananidharau huku around. Yes. So I did that. And now this is where I captured Moi's attention when they were burying Jonathan. When I was singing, the chancellor, vice chancellor, went to consult him something. I don't know what he was telling him, but he came to me telling me that, what have you done to Mzee? Because I've gone consulting something, he has brushed me off like he wants to listen to you. He's busy listening to you. You see? So that is how I realized I've caught up with him so close in a way that he loved my music. So from then, I was called to sing for him at his low moments. Kidogo napigiwa simu nakimbia, namuimbia, anatulia vizuri, you know, napewa pesa yangu, narudi. Hivyo namna hiyo. Now, the 50 best of my moments was when Moi now died. I didn't know he had written a will that I should sing for him a song before the Kenyan military police are allowed to take him to his home. Yes.
A will? So you were written
of
on
course.
a will?
Yes, I was on a will. I'm telling you.
Mbona hizo up moments zimekuwa mingi?
And it's about God.
So who called you?
They called
this
me.
Time?
Actually, it's the one of the retired, I don't know, superintendents, what high military level during Moi's time. It was a part of the committee that was, you know. He called me, told me, you are needed here by the military police. You're Pharry K? Yes, we have given you 2 hours. Come here, you organize with them how you're going to receive the body. Nikatoka mbio. Kwanza wakaniambia nipite gate ya nyuma yenye sijaipita. Nikisonga kidogo, we had like 5 stopovers, barriers. And at that barrier, we have like 100 military police. I'm like, is this a military camp or what is this? Will they allow me to pass? And now, to make matters more worse, some policemen had given me an old woman from the road to carry, that she had pestered them for so long that she schooled with Moi, so she wanted to go to Moi's place. She told me, "We muchukue tu mwende mwache kwa gate." I had another baggage here now. How are they going to allow me? Because I have another case here. They don't know her. Are they going to allow me? But to my surprise, nikifika ile barrier, waliangalia tu hivi, ni ule mwimbaji wa mzee. Wakafungua. They didn't even check whether I had a grenade in the car or anything to frisk around. I was given a pass through. Pew! Nikaenda tena, nikatoka, nikarudi, nikaenda kwa gate, nikamwacha, ndio nikarudi tena. At every 100 meters unapata military police amesimama hivi, ule jeshi ameangalia huku na mwingine huku, mwingine huku, mwingine huku, na kifaru huko na kingine huko. Wow. I was like, what is going on here? But I was allowed, nikapita. Kufika pale nikakuwa received na hao majeshi wakuu. The guys that you saw, those who are not keen maybe that time, ama polisi mliona wamebeba mwili hao, wale wakubwa. Wakani receive. Kwanza nikapewa chakula, nikakula. Aya, sasa kuja. Tukaenda kwa grave site. That's one of the moments that were not captured on camera. I wish that I had someone. Unfortunately, I didn't. Now they were there standing. I'm here addressing them. I wish someone would have taken that photo. I was like a president addressing the military police.
What were you telling them?
They asked me to tell them about the song, how long it is, and if there is another favorite song. I tell them about the songs that Moi liked, and they choose on. They see which one is a bit shorter. They also wanted to know how long it is.
Will take, yeah.
Yes. So I explained to them, and now we went to the airstrip now tupangane vile waniambia hapa ndio utasimama, hapa ndio ndege ikikuja itasimama hapa na nini, hivi ndio uta move forward, you will be given a guard. In fact, I was given a guard as a president who was standing right behind me in that full combat, that attire. Amevaa red na ile kofia na kwa attention nyuma yangu kama president. I felt so happy, I'm telling you. I felt so happy. I was like, even if I'm not going to be a president one day in Kenya, I think I'm one. Because no one will be given a police stand, not even the deputy president has been given that. I was accorded, I was assigned. I don't care even if it was, maybe they thought maybe ntaruka kichwa kama embarambamba. So they need to give me a policeman to take care of me. I don't want to know whether maybe that was their thinking. The fact is, he was standing right behind me. Right behind me, like this. And we were talking, I was like a president. I felt so good. Now that's is it the fifth?
No, that's the fourth.
That's the best moment. The 50th, it's after that right session of singing. Nimemaliza. Now, I didn't use my car to the airstrip that main day. Because when they came, nilikaa hapo, nikasonga mbele, majeshi wakasimama hapo, nikaimba. It's on YouTube. Those who want to check, you can check how that thing, the event took place. And now, I was given a Prado to take me with a driver. And then I sat at the back seat, and looking at my right side, I saw a lot of money. And it's me and the driver.
What do I do?
A lot of money. I was like, hii pesa ni ya nani, hii pesa? Why did they put it here? Because they told me peke yake ndio naingia hiyo gari na driver. Na tumefika hapo, the driver has gone huko, amesimama na madriver wengine, ameniacha hapo. I'm here picking up my stuff, nikapeleka huko. And then I told him nimetoka hapo, akafunga gari. So mimi nimemaliza. Sasa they have taken the body, zingine zinaendelea. So I met with the vice chancellor. Kumuuliza, akaniuliza, did you get your token? Did you? And then I was like, no one has actually approached me. No one has paid me anything. Oh, kuna pesa ilikuwa huko kwa gari. just right where you were seated. I think I put something there. That was your token. Nikamuuliza hiyo pesa yote yangu. Yeah, that's yours. It's okay. That was from the family.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it was? For 4 minutes song. I think that's the highest I've been paid in my music career.
How much was it?
3 million for 4 minutes. Cash money, not check, cash.
3M.
Nikasema hii, my God, hii pesa yote for 4 minutes, driver nga yule. I went and took that money. He took me to my car. Nikatoa hiyo pesa nikaweka huko nikafunga. Nikafunga hadi vioo. But you know, nikaweka kwa board iko ndani, nikachukua key, nikafunga huko tena nikafunga. But again, you know, that was like a military camp. So you could not be able to, no one could imagine to go maybe break into, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a secure place. That was my 5th moment of happiness. Nishaisikia. Nikasema hii ndio, God thank you. Now, I think the 6th one.
6th, let it be the 6th and the last.
Yes, the 6th. Actually, si zote. Ziko 7. The 6th one is just when Uhuru Kenyatta accorded me the title called Elder of Golden Heart, EGH, the Mashujaa of 2020. Yeah, I'm one of the heroes in Kenya, as young as I am. So my name is Pharry K, Cowboy 045 EGH, and the Kenyan Jim Reeves, EGH. And the last one is just recent when I was singing for Kibaki. I thought I'd stopped singing for president. I realized I'm the only singer, solo artist who can sing for president. So I'm an official president singer when they have died.
You don't sing for them when they are alive. Okay, I saw you sing for President Kibaki.
Even Nyachai, I
How
did.
was it like?
Well, this one was not as intense as Moi's because I wasn't that close with the family. So I think it's from what they had seen me do previously at Moi's funeral, Nyachai's funeral, and they liked it. So they also absorbed me, and I thank the PPMC. PPMC has very good management, and I think that's one of the departments, one of the commissions in Kenya that are free of corruption and that do their work to up to standard, because they are really good. They pay so well, and they remember all artists across the nation. So I think it was really good. I sang at Parliament as they were viewing the body, and I also sang at Nyayo, a couple of songs, and then I sang at Odhaya during his burial. So that's how it was. That's how it was, and I felt good that they could still remember me. Yeah, they could still, you know, desire to have me as one of the entertainers during that day. And also,
and now maybe the last thing, because I guess we've taken so much time.
Right.
Can you talk about your dressing, because the way you dress is way different from the other people.
Right.
So maybe you can talk about your dressing. Who inspires you in this dressing code?
Well, in music, the first thing you're supposed to do is you do your homework, and the homework is singing. So you need to understand the kind of music that you want to do. And secondly, you do your homework well, you do it well. And when you have finished this homework, now there's what we call marketing. Marketing is the one that influences what you wear. This is where I chose on this, because now I'm doing country music, and when you want something to go faster, when you want something, people to know you, you don't need to confuse them. you need to look you need to look for an outlook that people will relate quickly. Even when you're explaining who is Pharry K to another person, you'll quickly relate to and know that it's you. And the issue of standing out of the crowd. If I stood out of the crowd by doing country music, I should as well stand out in how I look. Now, this is inspired by the country singers across the world. And this is how they're supposed to wear. And it's just that I didn't like this kind of shoes. I've never liked them from before because they are like palms somehow. There's some shoes ladies used to wear kitambos and it was palms. Somehow that's how they look like, and I didn't really like them. That's why I've stick to my official kind of dressing, but with the cowboy hat and all that, blah blah blah. Maybe the jeans and all that. This one I wear them once in a while. I have some other boots that I wear. So it's influenced by the kind of music I do. And you know, when you say I came up with something apart from this, a walking stick. A walking stick, and you know, carrying a briefcase or a certain handbag, just for myself. It's something I just came up with. It's not that the cowboys, country musicians should do that. It's mine that I created. And funny enough, I realized those who have started singing, they have also copied, even carrying a fimbo, thinking that it's a normal thing to do with cowboys. So now when someone asks you, is Pharry K, it will be easier now for you to describe because you know how I dress. You say, you don't know that guy. Ule anavanga Godfather. Ule anakaa hivi anakuanga na fimbo namna hii. So I made it easy for people to actually get to know who this guy is, and it will be easier to market me. So actually that is how I dress. So it's influenced from the Western, let me say. This is a Western kind of dressing, and yeah, I like it.
So first and foremost, thank you so much for your time, because I know you are a busy man.
You're welcome.
You decided to spare some of your time for me. So I'm really grateful, and may God bless you.
God bless you too.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.